Alright, here's a quick overview of using Windows Defender. So if it's running, all you gotta do is go down to your little task down here and click on it. Here's our security. So here's our different tabs. Again, this may look different depending on your version of Windows. Let me set this up. So we got virus and threats. So here we can see when last scanned. We can do a quick scan here. While we're letting that run, we can go to manage. So we can do real-time protection. Basically, we have cloud delivered protection. This is increased faster access. Works best when you have automatically submission turned on. So we have some auto settings. We have prevention tapping. We have controlled folder access. So if we want to manage a type of folder access, we can turn that on. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so we have it turned on. Okay, so here we're monitoring these folders by default. All right, excellent. Let's go back and let's look at some of these other. So we have ransomware protection. Okay, I like that we have no action that we need to take. So looks like they've really stepped up their game since the last time we really looked at this. So we have account protection. So you have to sign in with your Microsoft settings. Dynamic lock when it's not set up available on your device. So it would be nice, I guess. Let's see what other options we got here. Firewall. Okay, so we have firewall on, private firewall, public firewall, allow apps. So we're going to allow different apps to go in and out of the different states. So here's all the different default settings of apps that are in here. Currently based on what you have installed and what Windows recognizes. So here you can see all the different ones. So we can check different boxes. So if we want virtual machine monitoring, we can mark that for whatever network we're on. We can make those changes. So that's kind of cool. Let's close out of that. Looks like we have some network troubleshooting. Yeah, it takes us to the troubleshooting area of Windows. Okay. Notifications. So we can be notified on what types of things we want to be notified on. All right. So looks like they really had made a lot more changes, and you can go back to the trusty default out of the box. Very nice. Advanced setting. Let's look what that is. All right, here's our advanced firewall. So here we go. We can create our rules for inbound traffic. So that means stuff coming into the box, stuff leaving our box. We can set up and pick from. Connected rules. So this is what it all looks like by default. Monitoring. So we can monitor what's going on at this point in time. Connections. Our main security. Quick mode. Again, there's nothing in here configured because it's fresh out of the box. Install. So here we go. We can import or export a policy if we had one. We can restore a policy. We can diagnose, repair. Again, we can make these changes here. So let's pick on an inbound rule. So here we go. So we can create a new rule. So let's take a quick peek and see what that looks like. Let's move this over here so it's a little easier to see. So we can do by program, by port numbers. So let's do a port number. We can choose UDP, TCP. We can specify or allow all the ports. So here you can see, like if we're doing a range, you would do your starting dash your endpoint. So if you're doing a bunch of ends, or you just do comma separate if you're just doing a couple others. That's kind of cool. So let's just try one and see what it looked like. So let's say we're gonna make 8080. Hey, we're gonna have our own website. So we're gonna allow, is it secured? So I guess that means we're using some type of authentication. So if we're not, that's fine. So we're gonna hit allow, or we can basically deny. So this is our action. So we're saying anything that comes on 8080, we're gonna allow this connection in. And then we can apply to which type of firewall setting we're going to be in, if we're going to be private, public, or domained, and give it a name. We can call it the 8080 rule, and then give it a description. There we go. We just now made a new rule. Not too bad. Not too bad. So again, like an example, if you're not using Wi-Fi, you should turn these things off. So if you're not using certain applications, it would make sense to go in here and remove them. Like an example, if you're not using Skype, why leave those inbound open? Or if you're not going to set up remote desktop, turn those off. Again, these are things that you want to tweak around and check out. So that's the Windows Defender with the advanced firewall security. All right, let's check out the browser app control. So we can do reputation-based protection. So we can turn that on, see what this looks like. Okay. So Microsoft will check the smart screen help protection, checking on recognized apps on the web. Okay. Potential unwanted programs. Okay. And smart screen stored apps. All right. Okay. Let's look at device security. So we can do virtualization. So if we want to isolate some cores, so that's kind of cool. So like an example, if we had just taking my watch off to charge it. If we wanted to, looks like we could even make some dedicated cores to our virtualization. So if we were going to use this and we wanted to, if we were using this machine as a virtualization, or using the Microsoft virtualization probably, and we want to make sure that we're well protected, we can do that. That's kind of cool. All right. So performance and health. Here we can see we have no time service. Storage capacity, we have no issue. Applications, no issue. So exactly, you may see this one because an example I set up on my DHCP to pass the time server. So all my machines do get the time, so it's all centralized. So you may or may not get this message that it's not okay. That's all right. And then if we have some family options, so if we were set up in a family environment, so we can also choose some of these. Let's take a look at some of these settings here. That just takes us to Microsoft. All right. So allows us to go into Microsoft's web portal and make some more changes there. All right. Well, hopefully you learned a little bit about Windows Defender. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next opportunity. All right. Catch you later. Bye.